So how was your career at that stage, and like how did it progress? Were you happy with it? Is anyone?
You see, there's two sides to it. One side, I can't complain because actually, as a Polish actress, I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well in UK, but I'm not really doing that well. Things always appear on paper better than they are in reality. So I don't put too much emphasis on jobs like, oh my God, this is going to lead to this and that. But what I've discovered is that this industry is unfortunately not ready to give us good material. So sometimes I just sit here and think, it's so sad because I will never meet my potential. I will never meet my potential because there's no parts. Not that I'm not getting them. They don't exist.
Well, the thing is, they do start to appear.
Yes.
Parts, they do start to appear, but it's just
so scarce.
It's, first of all, yeah, it doesn't happen a lot. And also, even if it does, not always people who are casting those parts really want some authenticity.
Absolutely.
And I understand if they want big names. I do understand that. But sometimes there are parts that are just right up your valley.
Yeah.
Alley? Whatever.
Yeah,
it's just for you. And then you audition for it, and then you realize that someone who doesn't speak the language that you speak, that is required for the role, they get those parts just because maybe they look, and I understand that we need to look the part. I do understand.
Of course, yeah.
But there are sometimes we don't have enough opportunities, and the ones that we have that are kind of should be for us are taken away from us. And that sometimes can be very discouraging.
Absolutely, because if you're going to put us in the box, okay, let's be in that box, fine. But if you start introducing other people that are not in the Eastern European box, taking the few parts that we have, then it's starting to be frustrating. Because I actually don't mind if a British person plays a Polish girl. Play it, go for it.
Yeah.
As long as I have the same opportunities.
Yeah.
And this is the never-ending frustrations.
And also look, if acting is acting, I do understand that. If they can play it, they can play it. It's fine. I do understand it, because what Kate Winslet played this in a film about the Jobs. Steve Jobs. I think
yes.
She played this Polish woman, and she made and she worked on the accent, and it was very soft, very subtle. She didn't want to push it too hard, and it's Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
She did a great job.
Of course,
I understand that, but then when some people play it, and I've been in a situation when I was on set, and I will not name names, but there was this guy who, he was supposed to speak Russian, and he didn't speak Russian at all. I don't know how much he worked on those phrases, and the phrases weren't easy for a non-Russian speaker to learn those phrases. It wasn't easy. I understand that.
Yeah.
But when we have a take, and instead of saying his line, because the camera is on me, he says, oh, literally, that's what he says, just to mark.
Yeah.
And I have to work against it.
Yeah.
It's just come on, guys. That's not nice.
I know. And I think there is this misconception that we need to have known faces. It's proven not to be true, because you look at, I don't know, Squid Games, biggest Netflix, wow, people went crazy for it. I presume 95% of people did not recognize these actors.
I think more they known in
they
South
known
Korea.
In their countries.
It's Korean, right?
I think so.
I think it's Korean. I think it's South Korea. I think they're not there, but yeah, I think the whole world.
Exactly, but the world would not know them.
Yeah.
So, and yet so successful. I do see bigger parts that are happening for Eastern European. It's different, for men as well. I think it's slightly easier for women, I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know, what's your impression? Do bigger parts for men exist that are juicy?
Well, I mean, define juicy. It's
Just something with a little bit of freaking storyline, man. I'm not even that that demanding. Just give me a few episodes.
Well, look, it's weird because take, for example, Stranger Things.
Yes.
One of the biggest shows in the world, right?
Yeah.
And they're Russians, and some of them were cast Russians,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And there's this guy who appears from time to time. I can see his face. He was like in the last Mission Impossible. He was playing this Russian captain. He was there, one of the prison inmates.
Yeah.
And he's here, he's there. Like he does some episodic parts, mostly of bad guy, because he I think he looks kind of the part of. I'm sure he can play anything.
Yes.
But he kind of looks the part. But then there was this big part of this Russian prisoner who was with David Harbour in prison.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not played by the Russian. His Russian isn't amazing. So there are parts, but they sometimes go to the people who are not,
That's very
authentic
frustrating.
enough. But no, I think industry opens up and there are more parts, and they do look for more authentic parts.
It's just so slow, man. I'm gonna be in my 80s.